Another nail in my coffin, another nail for me. I gotta look pretty when I go down. Another nail in my coffin, can't you spare one more? I gotta look pretty when I'm knocking down heaven's door. I'm a dead man walking, I'm a dead man walking.
I'm back to Chris from the Hagon factory. So this week we've got some build updates. We've got the Ian Mclaods 350 Velocette dirt tracker. It runs. So if you've been following the videos, we've made some great progress and it's up and running and it sounds absolutely fantastic. Now that's at the end of the video. So if you want to have a quick look at that, flip through. We've got the 650 Triumph dirt track build. I've started on the engine plates, which I shouldn't have. I've got too much other stuff to be doing. I shouldn't be mucking around with that at all. We've got the 500 Triumph GP. The gearbox has been done and Al will have a talk about that. And the Motosacoshe, we've had Geoff Noel has made a Kickstarter quadrant and pinion gear. He's absolutely amazing. That's worth a look. It's coming out really well. It's going to be a great bike as well. But let's get on with it.
Went down to the river, washed my sins away.
So with the primary cover on the 350 Hagon, I've just put some MDF together, cut it out the bandsaw, got some aluminium, hand hammered it. I'm no metal worker, but it's a rough look at the moment, but it's only maybe a prototype. It might even use that one. We'll see how we go, but we'll have a look at that now.
I'm a dead man.
So as you can see, I've got the primary cover sitting on. I'm going to make a bracket off the front, which I'll run down to here, I'd say. I'll turn this bolt around the other way, machine up the end on it and make a bit of a clip to go over the end of it with a pin so we can take it off. The reason why it doesn't cover all the way up here is the foot peg is going to come out over this. So that should give us enough coverage over those sprockets as well. So I think it's going to fit pretty well. You can see it's a lot smaller than I made. I made it large to start off with, like I do with everything. So then we can just trim it down to the right size. Gearbox for the Grand Prix Triumph. I put some new bearings and that in it. All the gears and everything were in excellent condition. There is one thing about these gearboxes. I found it's really difficult to index the cam plate with the quadrant plate, and none of the books actually describe how to do it. And the Haynes manual is wrong. It's like the Haynes manual for adjusting the velo clutch. It's all wrong.
Okay.
But anyway, I tinkered around with it and I still didn't get it right. And you can always tell when if you index it wrong, it will actually lock up the selectors and it won't go up or down. So you've got to pull it apart and have another go. But in the finish, I did have another gearbox that I'd purchased recently, and I thought, well, if nobody's been into that, I could pop it apart and have a look, and I could mark the quadrant plate and I could mark the cam plate, which I did. Found neutral. They say you can assemble them either in neutral or in top gear, fourth gear, providing you've got all the ducks are aligned.
Yeah,
but,
righto.
Okay. But anyway, after a bit of messing around with it, it's together and everything seems to work. We've got gears there. We should be able to
Yeah, there's plenty of gears there. They're all there. They're all working. That's back to first, which is first. We just ease it down. You know how hard these can be sometimes to find neutral, but there's neutral. There's neutral, second, third, and top.
Yep, fantastic.
So they're all there. I'll have to get an ear sprocket that's got the tooth are a little bit hooked on that.
Yep, looks nice and clean. That was the case that Craig did at Bendigo Hydroblasting.
Yeah, that's correct.
So
yeah, Craig did that.
Yep.
And local Chroma did the gear stick.
Yes.
Which is not too bad. It's got a little bit of chrome missing there, but it's not too bad.
Yep.
It's hard to get done now. So all I've got to do to this now is go over to my local hardware place where I buy all my nuts and bolts, and I'll just get some nice fresh nuts and bolts to hold her all together.
Excellent.
But it's done, and I'm really looking forward to actually bolting it into the bike, into the frame. It'll be the first major bit that'll be
can't wait.
Put in the frame, yeah. But
it shouldn't be too long until you start on the bottom end. I know you've got a few other projects going at the moment.
I have. There's neutral again.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
So this is the other gearbox on the...
That's the one that I pulled apart, which is in really good nick, actually.
Yes.
It's in very good condition for an old gearbox. All the gears look nice, and it's just all gummed up with thick gooey oil that stopped the selector pawls from picking up the gears. But when I pulled it apart, I marked everything, and yeah.
Excellent.
So I think I remember how to do it now, if anybody wants to know. But you can't find any literature. All they say to you, actually, is when you disassemble a gearbox, make sure you mark the quadrant and make sure you mark the cam plate. Well, that's all well and good if you get the gearbox in one piece.
In one piece, yeah.
No, but if you get it in a box of bits, they take a bit of sorting out.
Yeah, and I imagine now 75% of them would be in bits, wouldn't they?
Well, a lot of them are. I was really lucky that one was in one piece, and it didn't look like it had been pulled apart very often.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Some of the screws were a bit mutilated, but generally speaking, it was pretty good. And it had all the tab lock washers, which you never see.
Yeah.
It had the tab washers, so I've transferred them over to this gearbox.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
That looks really good.
Yeah,
Should be
that's a
very
little clutch.
proud of it. That's good.
Little clutch mechanism. Yeah.
Excellent job.
So yeah, no, it'll be good. It's in generally pretty good condition.
No, that's really good. It'd be good to see it in the frame. And,
Yeah. Yep.
And
Another thing that I might just mention too is that when I was having a lot of trouble indexing it, I thought, I wonder if it could possibly have a reverse cam plate.
and you can buy a reverse cam plate for these, I think.
Can you? Yeah, well,
Yes.
anyway, that was when I was getting really desperate. I thought, I wonder if it might have a reverse cam plate, but it hasn't.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
Because you can buy a lot of reverse cam plates for
But
most Triumphs.
you can
I
buy
think.
them for valet
Yeah.
boxes and everything. Yeah, you can get them. But anyway, that's all right.
Excellent.
It'll be good.
Fantastic.
Went down to the river, washed my sins away. Pray, 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 and pray for another day. I went down to that river, washed my sins for free. The devil's on the other bank, staring back at me. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. Another nail in my coffin, another nail for me. I gotta look pretty when I go down. Another nail in my coffin, can't you
Yeah, with the
spare
650 Triumph, we're slowly collecting parts. I've got some rocket boxes now and all those bits I needed. I've got a gearbox, Rico gearbox with a close to ratio set of gears in it, which is fantastic. So let's have a look at that.
talking, no, you haven't seen one yet. I'm a dead man walking. 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 I'm a dead man. I went down to that river, washed my
this is the bike I've had here for quite some time. Trying to do some repairs on the gearbox and the Kickstarter mechanism. But this is the only one of these bikes that I've ever seen in Australia. There might be one or two, but there won't be many. I saw one overseas years ago. But anyway, we've had a bit of an issue with the Kickstarter. It was just worn out. The quadrant plate was worn out, so a lot of the teeth were missing, like those few there. And it looked like somebody had ground them off thinking they were fixing it. And this little gear here, that's the engaging gear. And that's the ratchet plate for it. So a very good friend of mine, a guy called Geoff Noel, he was here one day and had a bit of a look at it, and he said, "Oh, why don't I just make you a new gear and a new quadrant?" And I said, "Well, that'd be a big help."
It would be, yeah.
And he's a tool maker by trade and very experienced tool maker, and he made these in no time at all.
Oh, that's fantastic.
About a week later, I got to have them back, and they're hardened, so hopefully they should be all right. They're made out of a material that does harden well, apparently.
Okay.
He did tell me what it was, but I can't remember the exact name of it. But and that screws onto there with the left-hand thread, so he had to hold that and bore a left-hand thread in it as well, which is...
He's unbelievable, and he does a great job.
He does a great job. He's very, very good at what he does. So, yeah. So anyway, hopefully in the next few days I'll have a go at putting it back together.
Get back onto it.
Yeah. And we've still got locking problems here with that shaft still jamming. So
Okay.
I'll have to get it apart and just have another look. But yeah, anyway, that should come good.
Fantastic.
And it's got a bit of an oil leak underneath. It's like the Exxon Valdez, actually. There's that much oil coming out of it. Yeah, it'll be a biohazard. Anyway,
It's a ripper bike. I like it.
That's a ripper bike.
Yeah.
It is a ripper looking
It's
thing.
over-engineered.
It is. Everything on it's big and tough and strong.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And we've just got to find out where the oil leak is underneath. It's consistently dribbling oil out, and it hasn't got an oil tank as such. It's got a sump underneath.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's got a massive sump, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. So
Massive big cast sump on the
yeah,
big
we'll just have a bit of a look under there and see what's happening with that. But probably what I'll have to do is I'll have to probably get it down off the workbench and take it out and wash it down, and then just see if I can see where the oil's coming from.
Yeah, no worries.
Because there's plenty of it around.
Excellent.
Okay.
I hope you've all been following the Ian Mclaods 350 Mac Velo build. It's been fantastic. As you know, there's a lot of footage that we've done in the past. I've put all the engine stuff all together, as you should already know, on a video. A few tips and tricks in there. Any questions, feel free to message us, email us, do whatever you have to do to get in touch with us. We'll be happy to answer any questions. Righto, same as every other week. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everybody. Let's bring Hagon's back.